In this session, we will be reviewing inventory. Inventory is found on the left side of the screen. Clicking on inventory, as you begin to create your inventory items, they will populate in a list form for you. Your items will be listed first in numerical order into alphabetical order. All items being sold through the point of sale should be listed as an inventory item, from retail items such as drinks and snacks, all the way through memberships and personal training should be listed as an individual inventory item. To start inputting your inventory items, you would click on New Inventory Item on the top right side. On the left section, under Item Description, you would begin by inputting an item number for this particular item. If it's a physical product that has a barcode or UPC code number on it, you would go ahead and type that number in as the item number. If it's a non-physical item, please feel free to create a number for this item. You can also use letters. In the second field, we would input the item's name. And in the third field, labeled Quick Pick Name, we would just input an abbreviation for the item name itself. In the fourth field, you would input the manufacturer or the maker of the product. Beneath manufacturer, you do have a couple of areas pertaining to commission. If you do pay out commission to your employees, the first section would be specifically commission that would be on items such as personal training sessions being checked in. It gives you the option of setting a rate 1 commission or a rate 2 commission, and you can specify for the individual trainer or employee what their rate 1 or rate 2 commission percentage is under the users section. Under users, and clicking on the employee's name, and just going to modify user, you will notice under the commission area of their user profile, there is a specific area to notate a rate 1 percentage or a rate 2 percentage of commission to be paid out for those sessions that are being checked in. So each individual trainer or employee can have their own specified percentage set up under their user profile. Going back to inventory and creating new inventory item, it also gives us the option of a fixed rate commission. If that is checked, we would go ahead and just specify the fixed rate that would be paid out for each session that's checked in for the trainer. At the bottom here, we have commission schedule for point of sale sales. And this is also a fixed rate field. And this is a commission that you can set up for a flat dollar rate to be paid out for this item that's sold. So if this is maybe some sort of a promotional item or a specific membership type where if an employee sells this particular item, they get this specific commission amount, then you can set it up as such. So that is what these two areas are designated for. The first one is a commission to be paid out for series check-ins such as sessions redeemed in for personal training, and the second is more so a fixed rate flat dollar amount commission that would be paid out for anyone that sells this specific item here. Under item details, our first field is labeled retail price. We would input the retail price that this item is to be sold for. If any tax is to be applied, we would specify yes or no for that. And if tax is applicable, you would go ahead and input your sales tax percentage under the rate field. Cost per unit is where you would notate your cost on this item. If it is an actual physical product and you want to notate what your wholesale cost, what you pay for it, then you can notate that under cost per unit. Stock on hand would of course be for physical products, and you would notate here how much of the product you have at this time as you're inputting it as a new inventory item. Minimum quantity would be the lowest number you ever want to be at of this particular item. Once we sell the item that makes us get to the minimum quantity number, you will be notified through the point of sale screen that you've met the minimum quantity, just indicating that it's time to reorder or to restock that item. Year-to-date sold, you will leave at 0 always. The year-to-date sold count is actually something that our system will populate as you begin to sell this item more and more through the point of sale system. Freebies per sale and redeem freebies is optional. You can set up certain inventory items under freebies. Freebies per sale would be how many freebie points they get per purchase, and redeem freebies would be how many they would have to purchase before they can redeem those in. So for example, whatever item this is, if a customer purchases the item, maybe they get 1 point per purchase, and after a purchase of say 4 items, they can turn around and redeem those points for getting the next item for free. This is optional. You can use this or not use it, or come and set it up at a later time if you so choose. Max price adjustment is where you can go in and specify the maximum allowable percentage that this particular item can be adjusted by in the point of sale. So whatever retail price it is set to, if you want to not allow for any price adjustment on this item, then you can say 0 as far as being the max price adjustment. That just simply means that this price, whatever it may be, cannot be changed through the point of sale. If we go to the opposite end of that and say 100%, that just means that whatever price this is can be changed to any price in the system. And then you have everything in between. If you want to set a certain cap by how much this particular item is going to be allowed to be adjusted in the point of sale. Moving over to the second column, we have a drop-down menu labeled Department, where you can go and specify which sales department you would like this item to go under. In the software, we have 3 or 4 general department names, such as Front Desk, Pro Shop, and Snack Bar, but you can certainly create more specific department names, such as memberships, personal training, etc., that you can specify those specific items into those departments. And this really comes in handy when it comes to reporting purposes. You are able to add additional department names, and that is an area that we will review shortly. Category is our next drop-down menu, so you can notate whether this item is a retail item, service item, or miscellaneous item. You have a checkbox that's labeled gift card. We are only to check that specific box if it's a gift card item that you're inputting in your point of sale to be sold in inventory. If it is not a gift card item that's being entered at this time, then we would leave this box unchecked. If we do input a gift card item to be sold, we would make sure that this box is checked. That way, when we actually sell one of these through the point of sale system, it will prompt the employee that's making the sale to go ahead and input the gift card number at that time. That way we have a way of keeping track of it within the system. The next 2 fields pertain to series. Series and club systems is something that's considered to have a session or a visit count to it, whether it's a personal training package, maybe it's a class package. If the item that you're inputting at this time is something similar to that, you would want to check it off as being a series sale and specify how many sessions or visits under the count field are included in this package. If these sessions are to expire from the date sold, you can check off that you would like it to expire and then specify when you would like it to expire. So for example, for this particular package, if they have maybe a year to use those sessions before they're removed from the account or no longer usable, you can set them to expire, and this is from the date of purchase. If you wish for them to not expire, that's okay too. We would just not make any adjustments to this area for expire series. Beneath expire series, we do have an area pertaining to putting an item on a discount. You can specify a discounted price for this particular item and the date range that you would want that price to be applicable. For example, if this item is a normal retail price of $25 and we would like it to be discounted to the $20 amount for the month of May, you would just come in and set your pricing and your dates accordingly. So as we see in this example, the normal retail price on this item is $25. However, for the month of May, according to my date settings, it's going to ring up at the $20 discounted rate. And once this date has expired, the system will automatically revert back to the original retail price. So that is an option that you do have. You can always come back into any one of your inventory items and make that adjustment if you so choose. The section beneath that is labeled prorate, and that is if this is some sort of a membership type that you're inputting into your inventory to be sold. If you do prorate your membership rates, you can check off the little box to prorate, and then you would just specify as of your billing date how you want the system to calculate that. So for example, if you normally bill your members on the 1st of every month, then you can prorate as of the 1st. And when you ring up this membership type through the point of sale, our system will do the calculation for you and ring it up at the correct rate. The section beneath that says Show on Calendar. Gives you an option of yes or no to show this on the calendar. And this is an area that ties in with our scheduling portion of the software that will be covered in a later session. But if you would like this service, if it's a service to show up on the calendar, to be able to charge a customer for a service that they may be making appointments for, then just simply say yes, that you would like this to show on the calendar or the appointment page. And that way it will give you the option to, from that appointment page, ring up the customer for the service if they have not already paid for it. Add to all clubs is the last field in this particular section, and this is if you had multiple locations and you were wanting to add the specific item to all of your locations' inventory. Finally, the last portion we have is for vendor information. This is completely optional. If you wish to notate your vendor information and contact info for this particular item, feel free to do so, and then we would just click Save after completing this section. Once we hit save, that item will now be listed under your inventory items that we see here on the left side. Moving on to our next section, this is called Modify Inventory Item. If you would like to make any modifications or updates or changes to any one of your inventory items, you would just locate that item on your list and go ahead and click on it, and then click on Modify Inventory Item on the right. Here you can update any of the fields that we see. We would just make sure to go ahead and click Save at the bottom. Receive Inventory is next. Receive Inventory is where we go to update stock. If you have repurchased product, reordered product, and you would like to update your stock count, you would come and click on Receive Inventory. All of your inventory items are going to be separated by sales department that they're categorized under, and then your items go into numerical order, following by alphabetical order under each one of these sales departments as we see in the bright orange font. Whether you have one item to update at this time or you have quite a few items to update, we just make sure to go ahead and check off the box that's on the left of the item name first before we do anything else. And like I mentioned, you can do one item at a time, or you can do multiple. Just make sure that the box is checked for that item. In the first column, we're going to see the amount of stock on hand that the system is currently showing. In the second column, we would go ahead and update the quantity that we ordered or purchased. And then in the third column, we would also notate the quantity that was received from that order. You would specify the date that it was received here, and also notate the unit price or your wholesale cost of that item if you so choose. The last column gives us the area to input the invoice number or receipt number that this order was received on. And once we completed updating the necessary items that we would like at this time, we would just hit Save at the bottom to update the stock on those particular items. The next icon is labeled Inventory Packages. Inventory Packages is an area where you can create actual packages to be sold through the point of sale, whether it's physical packages that have certain retail items included, or it can also be a membership package where maybe you're including in the package a sign-up fee, an enrollment fee, an initiation fee, plus the membership, all those items that may be charged at once for the customer. You can create a package for that And the purpose of creating these packages is through the point of sale, you're able to select the package name and have all of those individual items appear on the receipt at the same time versus having to locate them individually and bring them up on the point of sale. So whether it's a physical package that you would like to create or a membership package, you would start by clicking on New Package on the right side. Up at the top where it says Package Number, you would create a package number for this item. Whether it's numbers or letters, you would go ahead and input that first. Then we go ahead and notate what the actual package name is going to be. And then in the third field where it says Quick Pick Name, we would go ahead and abbreviate the package name. Our next section is labeled Items in Package. So this is going to show us all of the inventory items that we currently have in our inventory section. And you would simply scroll down this list and check off the items that you would like to include in this particular package. You're going to notice that all of the pricing is currently set at regular retail price. You are able to change these prices if you would like to increase the price or lower the price because it's being sold in the package form. You certainly can do so. The price adjustment will only be reflected if the package is sold. If the individual items are sold on their own, they will ring up at the regular original retail amount. If you choose to leave the pricing as they are, that's perfectly okay. And once you've selected all of the items that you would like to go in this particular package, you would go ahead and click Save at the bottom, and that will become an item that you can sell through the point of sale system. If at any point you're needing to adjust or modify one of the packages that you created, you would simply locate the package name on your list, click on Modify Package on the right, and make any adjustments that you may need to do at this time, whether it's adding an item in, taking an item out, or making adjustments to the pricing. Just make sure to click Save at the bottom when you are finished. And then of course we have the Delete Package option. If this is a package that maybe was just a seasonal item or a promotional item and you would like it to remove it from your point of sale, you would just locate the package name that you would like to remove and click Delete Package. Our next icon is labeled Setup Quick Picks. And Quick Picks are blue tabs that you will see on your point of sale screen. The blue tabs on the left are called Quick Picks. And we actually have 4 pages of these blue tabs that you can navigate through on your point of sale screen by simply clicking on the page number at the bottom of the column. And you are able to specify which items appear on each one of the pages on your point of sale screen. So to set these blue tabs up, under Inventory, we would use Setup Quick Picks. And as the screen opens, we see now a grid of those 4 pages of tabs, and it's labeled for you pages 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you would just start on the page that you would like to notate items in, whether it's starting with page 1, and just click the down-facing arrow, which is going to drop down a listing of all your inventory items. And you would simply notate which item you would like to appear in that first tab on page 1, and so on and so forth. Once you've assigned the items on each of the tabs on the pages that you're going to be using, you would click Save at the bottom. It would show you an overview of what that's going to look like. And you'll notice that the next time you open up your point of sale screen that you'll be able to see the items laid out as you assign them. Our next icon is called Departments. Departments is where you can go and include additional sales department names to categorize your different inventory items into. You would just go to the next available number that doesn't have a name next to it and click in that space and click Next at the bottom. Here we're able to name this department, and then we would click Save, and that's going to be an additional department name that we have to categorize our inventory items into. If you know for a fact that you would like to create specific department names that you can categorize your inventory items into, you would probably want to have this be your step 1. Come in this section and create all those department names. That way when you are ready to start inputting your inventory items in the system, those names are readily available to you on that department drop-down menu for inputting a new inventory item. And there is quite a bit of space to input as many sales department names as you would like. And finally, our last icon in this section is deleting inventory. If there's a specific item on this list that you're no longer selling and would like to remove it completely from inventory and from the point of sale, you would locate the item on your list and click Delete Inventory to remove it. That concludes our review on inventory. Thank you so much.